Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I am back and we are going to be playing with the Dior Quint, and this is in Organza. I also took a bit of time to look through my palettes and see if there's any similarities to these two new launches from Dior. I will be sharing those comparisons as well as my thoughts between the two palettes. And of course, we're going to end with fragrance of the day. And I have a little pairing that I think goes great with this Organza Eye Quint. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look today using Organza, as well as sharing some comparisons for both of the Quints, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we are going to play with this beauty today. This is Organza, and it is another very pretty Quint from Dior. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and swatch it again, and I'm going to take my two fingers here in these bottom colors, and here are these two shades, so pretty. Loving the little taupe and this warm peachy rose color. And then the top shades here, they do feel very creamy and buttery. We've got this gorgeous shade, that gold pop, and then I'm going to come in to the middle right here on my pinky here. Okay, here is a swatch of this Quint, the bottom two shades, the upper two, and then right over here on my knuckles, we have got that middle shade, but you will notice it is blending kind of right into my skin tone, but I will tell you it has a really nice sheen to it, so I think it's going to look beautiful on the eyes. This is definitely going to be more of a warm look on the eyes. Excited to play around with that. Okay, I brought you in a bit close, and I'm actually going to start with this beautiful shade here, and I'm going to place this on my lid and into my crease area. And I'm using a Refer number 27 brush. And I'm going to start with this beautiful bronze shade. Okay, I laid down a little base on my eyes here, and then I am going to go ahead and take this really pretty color right here, and I'm going to place that on the lid, and then we're going to do a little pop of color over here. So I'm going to take this pretty, it's almost like it's a mauve color right there. This one is reminding me of sort of sunset colors, those pretty mauves, pop of that orange in here, the golds, just super pretty. I'm actually using that same brush and I'm just going to place that lighter color on the lid. Okay, I've used just these two, and I think those are really pretty. And you could also flip it and do this lighter shade just all over into the crease, and then just use this kind of on the outer third. But I wanted to play with this and pop that on the outer corner and emphasize into the crease just a little pop of that color. I'm going to go ahead and take this color right here, and I'm using the 203 from BK Beauty. It's got a little bit of a flatter edge to it. And we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of that color and build a little intensity and bring it up. Don't worry, I will blend. And don't worry, I will blend everything. And take this fluffy brush here, and I'm just going to blend everything, make sure it is seamless here. And again, we can continue to play this up. I'm just starting to play with this color. So I'm taking a little bit of that on the outer V and then bringing it up into a little bit into that crease area. Taking my brush and I'm just going to blend that out, soften those edges. Okay, we've got a wash of these pretty colors on the top lid. I am going to take a little bit of this brown color and I'm going to start running it underneath the lash line. And I just dipped this in this brown shade. This is the Sonia G and it is the flat definer. This is a really great little brush and it has the shorter handle. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and run it close to the lash line on the bottom. And take a little bit of this and put it close to the upper lash line as well. I will be defining my eyes with an eyeliner, but I want to put a little bit of that bronzy close to the lash line. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this middle shade. I'm just going to highlight up in the brow bone just lightly with that shade. Then I'm going to go ahead and take this gold pop and I'm going to use my finger just like this. I'm going to put it in the center of my eye, maybe a little bit over on the side, and then we'll blend it out. That's going to make this just pop a bit. Okay, this is what I have created so far. I want to go ahead and define my upper and lower lash line. I am going to use the by Terry. This is her Brown Stellar, and this is just a really pretty, brown that will work with this quad. The other one that I would recommend is L'Estilo U from Chanel, which is Brune Agape, but I just pulled that out and mine is dead, so I need to order another one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and define the upper and lower lash line with this brown pencil. Okay guys, this is what I've created so far. I'm going to go put on some mascara. I'll be using my Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara, and then I'll be back and we can take a peek at the overall eye look. Okay, we're going to take a quick little puppy break. Satchmo has wanted to come in and say hello. She recently got her hair cut and she's very excited to be hanging out with us. Okay, we have got mascara on, and I was going to go ahead and take my bronzer. Today I am using Chantecaille Real Bronze in Goa, and I was going to put a little bit of that into my eye look. So again, I like to kind of tie everything together, and then I did think we would try to use these two shades like I did the other day as blush, because that seemed to turn out really well. And I love the fact that you can use this eye palette for more than just your eyes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my bronzer in that crease, just a bit, and tying everything together. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take my little blush brush. This is from Sonia G, and I'm going to put a little bit of that peachy shade here along with that middle shade. So the middle shade has a nice little sheen, almost like a little highlighter. And then I am going to put a little bit of this on my cheeks. And I do have to say, I kind of think these make amazing blushes. The other day when I used these two together and I put that on as blush, I just loved it because it had a really nice little glow to it. And I think this one does as well too. And I think this one does as well too. And I already put on highlighter today. I put on the Westman Atelier A. This is the Super Lit highlighter in Nectar. I could go ahead and use a little bit of this gold highlighter and put that on as well. I'll just do a teeny bit. This is going to be a bit more of a bolder highlighter for me. Use a little bit of that as highlighter. I don't want to go too heavy-handed and have too much highlighter on, but since we're already using these as blush, might as well use that as highlighter. And on my lips again today, I just have on my Lip Maximizer. This one is in the Nude Shimmer, or is it Shimmer Nude? It is basically a really pretty shimmery nude. I just love it. This is just sort of my go-to day-to-day lip. And I thought it went really nice with both of these quints because these are the star of the show, not my lips. And now that we have used both of these quints, I'm trying to figure out which one I like better. Clearly this is a warm tone quint, and this is going to be a cooler toned quint with these beautiful taupe and pink shades, and this one's going to have more of these warm sunset tones. So I honestly do like both of these quints. I almost did not pick up this one, and this is in Popeline. I was saying it incorrectly the other day, but evidently this is supposed to be the Popeline quint, and then this is going to be the Organza quint. And both of these give these very nice soft wash of color on the eyes. As I was mentioning the other day, I don't typically love pink on my eyes because my eyes tend to pick up that kind of rabbit pink eye look if it is too strong. But I do have to tell you, I actually really love this quint and was pleasantly surprised. So I don't have any of the other like Rouge Trafalgar quint. I know that was one of their pink ones. There was another one, I'm forgetting the name, but I didn't pick up any of those Dior ones. But the Dior one that I do have that reminded me a bit of both of these quints is actually the Dior Backstage, and this is the Rosewood Neutrals. And if you can see, I wouldn't say that these are exact colors here, but let me get this up. But as you can see, you can create a little bit of a similar look with this Backstage with this Backstage palette. So this shade right here is a bit similar to this, and actually you can see even on the bottom of this one there's a little bit of similarity. Let me see if I can, let me try to hold these up properly here. Okay, so as you can see, this middle Backstage palette almost has a mix of the two of these together. It is not exact, but this Rosewood neutrals, there's a few shades in each of these that I find are similar. So for instance, that middle shade in this one has a little bit of similarity to this color right here. And then in here, you can see that this pink over here is a bit similar even down on the bottom. That middle shade over here, kind of a little bit of similarity. The other one that I was thinking might be similar to this quad was Nude Dress, but when I put them up together, they're actually not similar at all. And then the other quad that I keep on thinking, but I couldn't find it this morning, was my favorite from Chanel. It was Warm Memories. That was when they launched that sort of desert campaign with the sunset and the sunrise. And I felt like this eye look kind of gave a similar sunset kind of feel to it, but the Warm Memories from Chanel had this really beautiful peach color in it, and here I would say this is focusing a little bit more on that gold. So if you mix this and this together, it becomes a bit more peachy. So just that kind of warm overall wash of color on the eyes is quite pretty. But out of all of these quads, the most similar one I would say would have been Dior's Backstage Eye Palette in the Rosewood Naturals, sort of a mix of both of these quints. So if you have this already and you love it, you may not need to go ahead and get these, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by both of these quints. And if I had to pick just one, this is a little bit hard, but I'm actually think I might go with the Popeline one. And I think this is because it surprised me. I was a little on the fence about buying this, and I ended up loving the look that I created with it. And I also love this shade right over here is basically like a really pretty topper. So you can jazz up your eyes a little bit. You can use this just on its own, but this one surprised me. I kind of knew that I would like this because I like those kind of warm taupey sunset eye looks. So I think that if you're somebody who is afraid of pink eyeshadow palettes, but you think this is pretty, I would say you are right. This one is really pretty. I can see myself wearing these with just a few of these shades, and I can get my money's worth out of this because I can use these two shades over here as a beautiful blush and highlighter. So this Popeline really surprised me, but I like this look as well. But yes, I probably already have many of these colors in my collection already. As far as the quality of these quints, I'm finding them to be similar to many of the other ones that I have and love. Like I love Nude Dress, I love Soft Cashmere, and the quality is very buttery, easy to use, and I did fall in love with this formula. So I found that to be the case as well. One thing that I've noticed is when they do little impressions into their eyeshadows, I find that they are not the same quality as the ones that are just smooth like these. And honestly, I just bought both because I couldn't decide which one to get and thought, you know what, I will do a review of both of these for you. Hopefully this has helped if you are on the fence as to which one to buy. I hope these demonstrations and tutorials helped you, or maybe you're gonna pass. keep me posted. Let me know what your thoughts are. But this is my final look for the day, and I thought we would finish off with a fragrance to go along with this organza. And I went ahead and pulled one of my favorites. This is Bois d'Argent, and this is a repeat purchase. So this is a long time love for me, and I kind of describe this as soft honey baby powder. And let me go ahead. And I don't want you to get turned off by the word baby powder, because it isn't that. It just has this like puff, like a cloud, a soft milky cloud of honey and a slight powderiness to it. There's also some warmth in here. There's some woods, there's myrrh in here. So it's got a little bit of earthiness, a softness to it. It has a touch of vanilla, and it's just soft, wearable, milky, slightly sweet from that honey, and it just is a very comforting fragrance to wear. I just love this one. I always feel very classy when I'm wearing this, but I will tell you it's more of something that you are going to enjoy yourself. It's not going to give you huge projection. This is going to be a fragrance that's going to make you feel great, make you feel comforted, but it's going to be more for you to enjoy and feel fabulous in, not necessarily leave this huge scent trail. So this is definitely one I would recommend for those of you that may not be strong fragrance lovers. You want something soft, office appropriate. This is an iris scent, so that's where that powderiness is coming from. There also is cypress and juniper berries. Then it's got a layer of myrrh and patchouli, and this is going to be a clean patchouli. It's not super earthy. I find it to have this sort of clean element to it. And then in the base, you're going to have some lovely warmth. It's going to include woody notes, honey, vanilla, amber, resins, musk, and leather. Now the leather in here, you guys, I really wouldn't know that there is a note of leather in here. It's a very soft scent, very easy to wear, comforting, and there is a slight sweetness from that honey and vanilla that just elevates this fragrance just a bit for me. So I just love Bois d'Argent and thought it would go really well with this beautiful Quint in organza. So that is my little fragrance pick of the day. And I just had a delivery. My spring Chanel has finally showed up. So I am super excited to be sharing that with you next. I'm ready to open it up and have a little bit of fun. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.